Hello, my loves. We need to talk about something very, very serious, which I'm not gonna make a lot of these because these get boring awful fast. Or they can be really funny depending on the person and the rant, which is what this video is going to be. It's going to be an unedited rant about cutting and self-harm and Justin Bieber. I don't like Justin. Well, that's not true. I like Justin as a person, as a human being, as a singer. Well, let's just say, if he was on fire, I would not be rushing to his aid. Anyway, I've noticed on Twitter that there is this trend thing called Cutforbieber. Now, a couple of things I want to address with this. The self-harm aspect, the reason behind it, and where it began. We're going to start with the origins. Now, supposedly this trend began on 4chan. Do you know what 4chan is? It's a site for trolls. Do you know what trolls do? Trolls try and make people do really stupid shit. Don't encourage trolls. They're like gremlins. If you've ever seen that movie, congrats, you're gonna get this reference. If not, go see the movie. Just pause this video and go watch it. Just go. I want everybody to understand this. Trolls are like little mogwai creatures. You can't get them wet, and you can't feed them after midnight. So let us pretend that if we ever see a troll, that it's after midnight. And if we feed them, they become evil and try and kill us. And if we get them wet, they just multiply, but it's too late to keep them from multiplying because they've already gotten soaked. There's so many trolls. Anyway, second point is the reasoning. The reasoning is the stupidest reason I have ever heard for people to start self-harming. For cutting, at least. And it's that he smoked weed. Really? He did it in a state where it's legal. Exactly where, I don't know. I don't care. But it was legal. So who cares? And if you started this trend, you are a horrible person because you killed a 14-year-old. A 14-year-old who didn't get to go to college and move on with her life and get married and have kids, and you're a horrible person. You are a horrible person. That whole trend is horrible. Self-harm, it's not a joke. It's not. It is one of the most dangerous things in this world, aside from cancer, AIDS, and bullies. It's dangerous. It claims the lives of thousands of teenagers every day. There are 7 billion people in this world, and of that 7 billion, 2 to 3 million are teenagers. And of those 2 to 3 million teenagers, roughly 50,000 of those teens self-harm in some way. Whether it's cutting, burning, scratching, hair pulling, snapping rubber bands, even though that supposedly helps. It's all self-harm. Self-harm is bad. Self-harm leads to drugs. Drugs lead to multiple paths that drugs can lead to. That's another story for another time if you really want me to talk about it, because I can talk about anything and everything. Now, let me paint this beautiful picture for you. You have a best friend, and if you don't, let us pretend you do. Okay? Now, every day you see that person, they are happy. They have a smile on their face, and they act like the world is sunshine and rainbows. But when they go home, their father abuses them, physically, sexually, in some kind of masculine way. Their mother sits there and tells them that they're not pretty and no one's going to love them and that they're ugly and that they're fat and that they need to lose weight and they need to stop eating and all of this horrible stuff. Picture this. I know this is off. Just stick with me here. Now picture a house of cards. Okay? Now, a house of cards, as you stack it and it gets taller and taller and taller and taller, at some point is going to fall. Okay? So all of those comments that they get from at home, then they go to school, and off the scenes when you don't see them, they're being bullied by someone or a teacher or a peer or someone. And that adds to their house of cards. And then you might say something, and you may say it as a joke, but that comment, that single joke or comment is that final card on the top of the cards, and that house comes crashing down. And when that house comes crashing down, they're left with two choices in their head. One, I'm going to self-harm in some way because I can't take this. I can't deal with this. I don't want to deal with this anymore. Or two, I'm going to end it. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to deal with this. You were the last person they talked to. You were the last person to say something off center that pushed them over the edge. Could you live with yourself then? The answer would be no. Because I couldn't. It took me years to get over the death of my friend. And that's a story for another time. How would you feel if you lost your best friend? Well, every day, thousands of teenagers commit suicide, or overdose, or are bleed out from self-harm, from cutting. And those teens probably had best friends. No, those best friends don't have best friends anymore. And they're alone. And it creates a ripple. So the next time you go to say something, or even if it's just a joke, stop and think about it. Like, if I say this, will my friend still be here in the morning? Will I wake up and get to see them at school? Or will I lose them tonight? Most suicidal people, they don't let anybody know that they're done. And it just happens. We make mistakes. All of us do. We all have flaws because nobody is perfect. I hate to make a Hannah Montana reference, but it is true. Nobody is perfect, and everybody makes mistakes. No famous person has got to where they are the easy way. Or at least none that I know. They've not gotten where they are the easy way. They got there through blood, sweat, and tears. And even now they struggle. Everybody has flaws, and everybody isn't perfect. But we should not make them feel like they need to end their lives or self-harm. Because that's wrong. Because what if it's your best friend, or your sister, or your brother, or someone very dear to you? Would that make it okay? No. It's not it's never okay. So think about it before you say something. That's kind of what I'm trying to get at. And Justin, if you're watching this, which I highly doubt, seriously speak up and say something. Because these teens are doing this for you. Because of something you supposedly did. Make them wake up. Make them stop. Anyway, that is my 10.5-minute rant. So, I will talk to you guys later. Oh, next video. What do you guys want me to talk about? I will talk about anything and everything. Or whatever you feel like listening to me rant about. So, I will talk to you guys later. Peace. Peace. Wait. There we go. Bye, guys.